Hello, everyone. Welcome to the SavvyCast. This is Jamie, and I'm thrilled that you're here, whether you're watching on YouTube or listening to the podcast. Okay, it's 2024, and if you, like me, are thinking about how to get healthier, get stronger, feel better, this is the episode for you because I am joined by the two lovely ladies of Vulcan Nutrition, Geena and my daughter, Ellie. They've been on the SavvyCast before, but they're joining me today because they've got something new to share that I think y'all will be interested in. Ellie and Geena, thank you for joining today on the SavvyCast.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks for having us.
Well, y'all are so sweet to join, and I know you have appointments, you've got lots going on, but what I would love for you to do is share what is coming down the pipe. First of all, share what Vulcan Nutrition is for those who may not have listened to the previous podcast, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah, so Vulcan Nutrition is one-on-one personalized nutrition coaching. So our focus is relationship-based coaching where one coach is paired with the client. And so our goal is to meet you where you're at, figure out what your goals are. Do you want to feel better? Do you want to learn more about nutrition? Do you want to gain muscle? Whatever it is, and then help you get results that stick. So we don't want to give you results at the expense of your overall health, because that would not be good for you, right? So we want to help you find something that's sustainable, but also give you those results. So that is our Vulcan Nutrition. But then and I'll let Geena speak specifically to this since she works a lot with this demographic, but we wanted to create an online course. We're calling it Midlife Savvy. And this is an online course. It's going to be 4 weeks long, and it is specific to the female in midlife. So there's a reason we created this, which Geena will speak to, but our goal is really to condense a lot of the research that is coming out specific to women in midlife and put it all in one place, right? We've broken the course down into 4 pillars: mindset, nutrition, movement, and lifestyle. And we have made it very easy to follow with practical tools, education first, and then practical tools on how to implement the education that you learn, all in one place. So it's a midlife toolkit, essentially. Now, it's going to be called Midlife Savvy. So it's a spin off of Family Savvy. But
I love it.
Yeah, we're so excited. We'll talk about kind of what's included, but I will let Geena speak to what was the impetus for this course.
Yeah, so really my core demographic of nutrition clients, and I'm also a personal and small group trainer, is really females in midlife. And I cannot tell you how many times I had females coming to me just super discouraged. Their body was changing. They were feeling tired. All of the symptoms of perimenopause that you hear, they're coming frustrated because they want to make a change and their doctors are really not helping. And the common phrase is just welcome to your 40s. And so it's such a negative perception and a really hard time for these ladies. I'm not discounting that. I know it's probably very difficult to see your body change and feel like you're not doing anything different. And so we wanted to be the encouragement during this time and provide the educations and the tools that help these women have the best years of their life ahead and know they can make a change. It does not have to be this way. So we're essentially trying to rewrite the narrative that these are really hard, terrible years to you still have half of your life left. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah. And this isn't empty encouragement. Just, hey, we're going to motivate you through the worst years of your life. It's stuff that does have a really positive impact. And we have had client after client say that they feel better than they ever have in their 40s, 50s once they start doing these things. So it's not empty encouragement. It's definitely
right. And I've seen a lot of y'all's client wins, and wow, you've got some radical makeovers and transformations. And I'm implementing a lot of what, Ellie, you've shared with me just around the house when you're over. And those things have changed my routine, the way I cook. and I have felt much better, but I'm eager to dive into everything because there are things that we haven't addressed yet that I know will make me feel better as a midlife woman. So I'm excited about it. Why do y'all think the current narrative around midlife is so negative? And yes, that is the most common attitude, I think, with doctors as well. Welcome to your 40s. Here's a prescription for hormones, which, that may be fine, but it's just a negativity that it seems to permeate the space.
Doctors don't have the time, right, to sit down with each and every individual client and walk through all the changes they need to make nutritionally, movement wise, and lifestyle, and do it well, right? They just don't have the time. And so I'm not dogging doctors for that. But I think there is a generally negative narrative because there are so many women who don't know where to start with all of these things. And so then no one's really doing it. And so then everyone is experiencing really, really, really this time in their life where it's like belly fat they can't get off. They have horrible symptoms of perimenopause. They're tired all the time, brain fog, all of these things because they don't know how much protein should I be getting? What should my strength training regimen look like? What should my cardio regimen look like? How much fiber should I be eating in a day? What supplements have been shown to have a lot of efficacy to help with brain fog, things that I am experiencing in midlife, right? Like, I really just think it's a lack of education, so no one's doing it. So then everyone's like, this is awful. This is terrible.
And it's kind of like, I think about it this way, when you feel sick and you just exacerbate your symptoms, like, and you just feel more and more sick, it's almost like it's a pity party, right? Not saying that girls are throwing pity parties, but it's just been passed down from generation to generation. This is going to be really hard and uncomfortable, and your body changes and you can't do anything about it. And then that's how they go into menopause and perimenopause, expecting it to be.
Right.
And so they go in with this interpretation that it's going to be super negative. So their emotions about it are negative. And we talk about this in our first section on mindset, is that if you're going in with this expectation that this is just how things are and you can't change, it's almost going to make everything you do after that even more difficult to stick with it, because in the back of your head there's this voice saying, well, this is not really going to work. So we really need to address the narrative and the mindset before you dive into the movement and nutrition and all of the other factors, because we need to just knock that down right now.
And I love the fact that you're equipping us midlife women to take matters into our own hands. Yes, I take hormones. I'm not saying that doctors don't have a place, but for your overall general well-being, it's in our hands. We cannot rely on a doctor or anyone to do it. That's on us. So I will say I've never been more serious in my life about all of these things than I am now, because I'm starting to see effects of being older. And I'm like, hey, I got to start doing some things differently.
One thing that we can't speak to hormones. That's between you and your doctor. That's But the leading experts right now in this menopausal, perimenopausal, the doctors that are doing it right, they all say your doctor is doing you a disservice if they don't address the nutrition and the lifestyle and the movement parts that you have to have nailed down first for those hormones to be for you to really feel a positive benefit. So guess what? We would love if you took this course and you were empowered to know, hey, I am doing everything I can from a lifestyle, movement, and nutrition standpoint. And if you still need hormones, like, talk to your doctor about that. You might really need them, but you can be so confident in the fact that you've done everything in your power outside of that, right? And then you might sure I need them. And I think that's really cool, because you're not going into hormones now wondering what else you've left on the table. So I think
and I do think there's a mindset of women, that's all there is. Hormones. I need hormones. There's so much more. And I love that this is addressing what we can do. It empowers. And that's what I love. Well, can you just tell us the general layout of the course and what we can expect?
So it's a 4-week long course, and we have broken down each week into 4 pillars. So we've talked about this, but mindset, nutrition, exercise, and lifestyle. Each module will start with an educational video where Geena and I are concisely laying out that topic. So for example, if it's fiber, we're going to give you education on what the evidence-based research is when it comes to fiber. We're going to educate, create some buy-in there, and then we're going to give you a resource to make it practical. So for example, on the fiber module, you might have a fiber cheat sheet included. You do have a fiber cheat sheet where we're going to list out foods that are high in fiber, about how much of that food you need to get X amount of fiber. And then now you're equipped to know, okay, if this is my daily goal, here is how foods I can implement in my diet and about how much I need to hit that target, right? There might be a quiz at the end of that module. It's not crazy. You're not being graded. It's just to reinforce what you learn. So if we talk about fiber-rich foods, there might be a quiz where it says, okay, out of these 4 options, select the foods that are fiber-rich. If you get it wrong, you might realize you need to do a little bit more education, maybe watch the video again. And then that way, you're leaving the module and that information, you've retained it and you know.
Stick.
Yeah. And so we provided, this course is, yes, very heavy education wise, but it's honestly even heavier resource wise, because we know that's where the transformation occurs, is the implementation.
And you're teaching us how to shop, how to buy, what to buy, how much we need of this and that. So eventually it'll be second nature. We're learning it first, but then it just becomes our lifestyle if we so choose. And that's what I love about it. So
yeah, and I wanted to mention really briefly, the resources that we have are awesome because they have the flexibility within them to work with whatever stage of life you're in. Like if you want to be super dialed in, go for it. If you're still in a busy season of life and you need to be a little bit more lax and do guesstimations, the template works also. So it really does accommodate someone who's like, I'm all in, I'm doing every single thing 100%. And the person who says, I don't have time for every minute detail, but I still want to focus on these big rocks. You can make it work for, whichever end or anything in the middle that you want to do regarding nutrition, movement, lifestyle. So it accommodates everyone, every age and every season.
I love it. And when will this be launching? Because we're nearing Mother's Day. We're nearing a time where I think this would be a good gift. I mean, I'm planning on taking it, but what's the launch date?
Yeah, it'd be a great gift. March 1st is our projected launch date for the first cohort. So the signups for that first cohort will obviously be before March 1st. And we'll be releasing information on pricing and how to sign up and all of that. But every month we'll start a new cohort because it's 4 weeks long. So that is when we plan to release it. And we'll have information on our Instagram and on Family Savvy's Instagram as well on how to go ahead and sign up for that pre-sale.
And the one thing too is at the end of the 4 weeks, we made it cohorts because we don't want to just give you the course and then you kind of complete it throughout the year and then you forget about it and you come back to it. At the end of the 4 weeks, we're actually doing a Zoom call. Both Ellie and I will be on the call for if you have questions or we need to fill in the gaps for anything, you want to share some wins over the course of the month. It's just a way to, bring people together, accountability, community. So we want to make sure you're done with the course in 4 weeks. So when you get to the call, we can answer questions and you've completed the entire module.
Yeah.
I love that.
We're going to provide a timeline so that okay, each week, what's a benchmark? Like, where do I need to be in the course to be projected to finish at that end of the 4 weeks? Because you're not going to have good questions to ask if you haven't gotten through all the material.
Right.
So it's just a way to keep you accountable in it because there's so much valuable information at the end of the course that a lot of us would just not get to until December if we started in March and didn't have accountability.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, girls, I love it. I think this is absolutely wonderful. I cannot wait to let everyone know from my side of the fence when this is out and ready to purchase. So thank you both. I'm going to let you get back to your clients and your appointments. And until next time, and everyone watching and listening, please go to the show notes. It will link you to every place that you can get in touch with Ellie, Geena, and Vulcan Nutrition. So girls, thank you. And y'all have a welcome seat at the table anytime.
Oh, thanks so much for having
Thank
us.
you so much.
Y'all have a fabulous rest of your day. And to everyone else, Until next time, you have a fabulous rest of your day as well. Hi, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this episode of the SavvyCast. If you'll take the time to rate, review, and subscribe on iTunes, that would mean so much. As always, thank you for listening and have a blessed day.